talk about franchise. Franchise is based on a marketing concept which can be adopted by an organization as a strategy for business expansion. So when we talk about Fro Expo, which is known as the Grand Business Festival, recently organized in Mumbai on 2nd as well as 3rd December to promote Franchise India, focusing on the Indian brands with a promise to make Indian brands globally shine. And further in this Fro Expo, focus on the franchise to promote electric vehicles along with other retail outlets. With this, for further insights, we will directly take you to the conversation with Franchise India President Sachin Maurya at the Bombay Exhibition Center.
This is Startup Summit 2022, which was already available long back as well. So how basically you are putting all the industrialists under one roof to sell franchisee?
So Startup Summit was started in year 2006. The idea was to democratize entrepreneurship, and entrepreneurship has various shades. So today we talk about startups from a tech startup point of view, but this show is very specialized in consumer startup space, wherein people want to start a business and they come here. There are three ways to start a business. You can start with your own idea. You can partner with somebody who is already running a business, and you can take a region and grow his business as a co-founder or a co-partner. And third, what you can also do is you can grow your own brand through giving partnerships to this thing. All three things we are promoting here.
Now I'll come to the electric vehicle, which has been a lot of talked about everywhere with four-wheelers as well as two-wheelers. So how are you looking at that market?
So there's been a lot of demand. We essentially address a very specific need of that market, which is channel development and distribution, which is one of the key areas which essentially links with the consumption and the demand creation. So for us, it has been the Shenzhen sector. That's why we've created a very large pavilion in this show for EVs. And there are almost 40 companies who are looking for partners, dealers, distributors in this show. There's been a huge demand. We are expecting over 3,500 people who are specifically coming for EV opportunity here. We are creating some benchmarking in terms of helping people.
In the past, we have heard few cases about the EV batteries, some issues with the fire and all that. You are picking certain manufacturers who have got the credibility to produce according to the standards which the government has given in terms of battery and the electric vehicle.
We are largely relying on government. So Technology Board is our partner in this show. So we are largely relying on those bodies who are approving it. We don't have the authority to do that. In terms of educating people, what are the standards to be maintained? We're creating a lot of networking opportunities for people to get educated and be informed on it. Also, what we are very clearly focusing on is that there is a Shenzhen sector which we are entering into. There are possible areas of improvement. The whole change that we are looking at in terms of the impact of EV with climate and other positive aspects.
What kind of contribution in terms of GDP you're looking in the near future?
I'll give you a parameter. Everywhere with Honorable Prime Minister today competing ourselves, you see the top two economies in the franchising business, which is the US and China. There are about $1 trillion economies in franchising alone. So we're looking at a very large growth in the franchising and the retail sector. Today, when you talk about food, we are not just looking at Burger Kings and McDonald's of this world, but we are also looking at Burger Singhs and Burger Namas of this world in India. I mean, you will be surprised at what kind of a growth and what kind of a quality work that Indian brands are doing. So we're looking at Indian brands going overseas. We're looking at global brands coming in India. We are actually looking at a very high demand in terms of international brands who are actually entering in Indian market and wanting to enter India. There's been never a better time in India for an international brand to enter, and I think thanks to the new government, we are showcasing to the world.
What kind of methodology or technique you are using to building up the trust in the Western countries, because they have got their transparency, due diligence is there. So what kind of mechanism you are building so that those countries trust Indian products?
It's a very good question, but I'll answer it in two parts. You see, what has happened is I always say that when a McDonald's open in a vicinity, people know what to expect from a food brand, right? So today, if I have to compete in India also, I have to really compete with the best in the world. So when Indian brands are actually competing and doing well in Indian market, it's already a benchmark that our quality standards have really improved.
Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat has been talked about. What would you like to say about that?
I think Make in India and developing in India is a great initiative. We have a huge opportunity there. What I also sell is that make for India. What is also important is make for Bharat. And those are the kind of two opportunities that we are really emphasizing on.